Hey everyone, welcome to another trying out ice yarns or yarns video, and today I will be making a swatch from all of these lovely yarns that are new to me and I recently picked up from Ice Yarns. You can watch the haul on my channel. I will link it here, hopefully I can remember. And yeah, this video, the purpose of it is to familiarize myself with these yarns and give my opinion to you so you can make kind of more informed decisions. Obviously, some of this is personal preference, or a lot of it is personal preference, and the fact that I don't like something doesn't mean that the product is not good. It just means that it's, you know, not my kind of thing, or I prefer something different. So I always try to explain why I don't like anything. I mean, if something splits horribly, then that's kind of straightforward. But if, yeah, you know, it's like too heavyweight for me or too lightweight, that's just my thing. And yeah, and it also helps, I find, that, you know, sometimes when you buy things, they kind of sit somewhere and you don't approach them because you're not familiar with them. And this gives me the opportunity to open everything, even if I'm not making right now something from all of these yarns. It still gives me the chance to try them out and also get a bit the experience of working with them. And then when I look at projects or I think about doing something, I have a better idea of which yarns I like to work with and how I feel about them. So that's what we're doing today, and I'm just so excited about all these beautiful colors. Makes me so happy. So the one I already did off camera is this one, which is, I'll have all the links below, all the colors, so don't worry about that. So this is denim, and I ordered this because I wanted to see if it was a good dupe for one of my favorite yarns by Scheepjes called Stonewashed, which I've already made 2 shirts. Well, one is not completely finished, but I already used it on 2 projects, so I feel like I'm quite familiar with this yarn and I really, really like it. I like the process of using it. It doesn't split at all, and I also like, I'll zoom you in a little bit more so you can get a better look. And I also like the way that it looks. It has, as you can see, it's called Stonewashed, and it just has these shades to it. So I think the way that it is constructed is there are white, I'm gonna say cotton, it's mostly cotton, this yarn, white cotton threads, that's my guess, and then it's kind of wrapped with more of a brushed acrylic fiber, which gives it the color. And that really creates what I really, really like. It's like this look, it's almost like a watercolored or, you know, marbled kind of look, which I personally like. And I also think it just makes the whole fabric that you're creating look, I don't know, somehow like richer and not as flat. So that's my personal preference. And also that little brushed fiber gives it a very, very small halo, which in this case, with this particular thread, it snags. I mean, with all of these kind of like brushed, you know, halo fibers, you will get snagging, but I find it really, really minimal. And I'm gonna frog this for you so you can see. But to me, this is still, I would prefer this to, yeah, a lot of like more the regular kind of cotton fibers that are without any kind of halo. So here it's very, very minimal in this thread, but I still think I like the way that it looks. And personally right now, I'm kind of more into dense fabrics, and having that little bit of halo allows me to use a size hook, which still gives me nice draping and works up rather quickly, but still get a more dense look because that thread has a little bit, because the yarn has a little bit of halo. So I personally really, really like it. The color range is nice. It's not as nice as Scheepjes, but the price is much better. And it feels really nice, and also on the skin it feels nice. Not scratchy at all in my opinion, although I'm not very sensitive. And overall, it's exactly what I was hoping it would be. And so let's frog it. You can see it really, I mean, as I said, I've done two kind of short sleeves garments with this, and I did have to frog things occasionally, and it did snag, but yeah, maybe this one snags less than the Scheepjes, which is what I've used. There we go, a little bit of snagging. So you might have to cut a little bit. It's always that colorful fiber, but it's quite minimal. And I just really like the way that it looks. So this is worked with a number 4 hook. The Clover hooks work beautifully with this yarn. And this is just a double crochet sample. Obviously you could go up a hook size, and if you're doing like lacy patterns, then you'll get a very nice open stitch. And yeah, I really love the way that this yarn feels and looks. It's exactly what I was hoping for, and I think for me, maybe cotton and acrylic mixes work better than pure cotton, just because the yarn feels nicer to me personally. But I do have here a few yarns that are like these 3 that I'm gonna try are 100% cotton, so we'll see how they work up. Okay, so this is first impressions, and I feel kind of confident recommending this if you like the look and it sounds like something you would be interested in. I think it's really beautiful. So denim gets a good mark, thumbs up from me. Okay, so I made these 2 samples, and yeah, I don't know how I feel about this yarn. I think, you know, there's always, to everything there's advantages and disadvantages. So this is very easy to work with. There's no splitting. However, I do think this particular construction makes this, at least this yarn and a few others that I've tried, like especially if there's like metallic threads and stuff, it makes it kind of rough. I mean, here it's like really tightly packed, so it doesn't feel rough, but somehow, as you know, with all the knots and ties and everything, it does a little bit. So I'm trying to think. First of all, I had a bunch of these in my cart because I was very excited about just the look of it. I liked it, and the color range is great, but I don't think I will be ordering more. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I did this. This is like a double crochet with I used a 4mm hook. Again, it was very easy to work with, no splitting, and I'm going to frog it here for you, but I don't expect any kind of issues. Very easy to frog. As you can see, it's kind of, you know, just kind of showing my point of like a dry fiber without any halo, and something that has a little bit of a halo, like a very minimal one, I would say, but yeah, it's just a different look, and I like this look more. I'm more into like soft fabrics, and so I don't think for me this would be something I would want to use on garments. And then I thought, okay, maybe I'll try more of a lacy pattern, which I hardly ever do, but I thought maybe then this would be really nice for like a big you know, lacy shirt, or even like something for the beach or something like this. I have never made anything with a lacy stitch, so I really don't know if there are like any rules that I'm supposed to follow. The process was okay. Yeah, I don't know. what I did think I could do with this, I mean, I have now 4 skeins of this. I thought maybe I could do like coasters. That would be nice. You know, it's cotton, so I can wash this. And I think it's kind of, because it's so rough, I think if I use like a small hook, I could make like a really nice, create a nice texture for coasters. So that's what I was thinking. I'm not really into crocheting those kind of like home decor things. It's just, I like to make like blankets, maybe pillows, but then I also like to use like 4-weight or even 5-weight yarns. So I don't know, if you have any ideas, let me know. Now that I'm working with it, I'm thinking maybe I could do like a hat. I don't know if it'll be stiff enough, but maybe with like a 3.5 hook or a 3. Yeah, let me know if you've tried using this sort of yarn, you know, even if it's not exactly this, for these things. I wouldn't want to do anything big with this because I think it'll just take me forever, so probably smaller projects. But yeah, I'm kind of less excited about it now. I was hoping it would be like a really nice cottony fiber for garments, and I don't think this will work for me. It's not that this is like unpleasant or scratchy or anything, it's just not soft, you know? This is soft. It feels like it's hugging your skin. This is just like textured. So I hope this kind of helps you understand my reasoning and process. And yeah, let me know if you have any good suggestions for projects that need maximum 400 grams of pink. Okay, let's move on. Okay, moving on to summertime. So as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but maybe you can hear that I'm adding this voiceover, which is what I did in the previous videos of this sort. I just filmed myself crocheting in silence, and then I edited it, you know, sped it up a little bit. Oh, how we all wish we could crochet as fast as this, right? And that's what I was intending to do in this case as well, but then at some point I just started crocheting and talking to the camera, and that's why this video is a little bit ridiculously long, but hopefully you can just hang out with me and enjoy, and you know, we can chat also in the comments about yarn preferences and all the things one can do with different kinds of yarns. So yeah, that's why this video is long, because I stopped doing what I'm doing right now, which is fast forwarding and then doing the voice over. And I just share my experience as I'm crocheting. And yeah, it was actually really, really fun to make. So expect that. And yeah, let's get into this particular yarn, summertime. Okay, moving on to summertime. So the good news is that I really like this. The bad news is that this is probably one of the most expensive yarns on Ice Yarns. And yeah, okay, so the process of crocheting with this is just lovely. The only thing is that, as you can see, this fiber has these areas that are shiny. So hopefully you can see that. And once you get to them, it's like slippery, like super, super slippery. So I think when I will use this, I will switch to probably my prim hook or like a wooden hook, because with the Clover, it's just like super, super slippery and very easy to lose stitches. So this is a 3-weight yarn, and it has, again, this like meshed construction of the thread, which makes it really, really nice to work with. It is very light and it doesn't split at all. The resulting fabric it feels nice. My plans for this, I have one pack of 6 skeins of this beautiful pink. The color just makes me so happy. Just like working with it gave me all the feels. And I really loved it. So I have this color, and then I have a beautiful yellow, which you can see on the haul video. And what I think I will do is a really kind of cute little summer cardigan. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I think I want to do like stripes, pink and yellow stripes, like really ice cream colors, and just lovely. Now, because of these shiny areas, they're a little bit thinner. So I noticed it also as I was crocheting that the stitches, you can see, kind of look a bit smaller. Like here, there's a section, I hope you can see that. Here there's a section where I got to the shiny ones here, then here, and then here. So I thought maybe this would work better with like a smaller stitch, not a tall one, so that I don't have these. I think it's just less noticeable with a smaller stitch. So here you can really see, I think I have here rows of single crochet, and you can see there's like a row that is almost all of it is the shiny one here, and it's a lot smaller than the regular, like the matte part of this fiber. So it's mostly matte, and then there's like these shiny bits. So this is exactly why I really like doing these videos. And of course, it's always recommended that you do a swatch, but this is kind of a quick and easy way of seeing the main issues with this. So my conclusions are that I really enjoy working with this, that I want to make a garment out of the two colors that I have. The fabric, I mean, this is like really soft, but the fabric itself is not super soft. It doesn't feel scratchy or anything. It's just, I think it's just the nature of, you know, crocheting, that you're like knotting your fibers, and unless they're like really you know, they have like this big halo, that's what you'll get. So I think it's less obvious in knitting, but for the moment I'm more of a crocheter, so yeah. I don't mind the difference of like having the thinner shiny bits. I think it'll actually, in a garment, I think it'll give it kind of an interesting look, but it is something to keep in mind. And if you like very uniformed, you know, fabrics and look of things, just be aware of that you might not get that with this particular yarn. But I really like it, and yeah, I'm excited to make something cute out of it. Or maybe not a cardigan, maybe just like a cute summer top with probably mostly like single crochet, or maybe half double I can try, but something maybe like a seed stitch, I think that would work well. I used the 5mm hook, and I think it's okay for me. I don't think I would go a size down, maybe 4.5, but yeah, I think because this is a 3-weight, I don't want it to be like too dense. Anything that I make kind of aiming for summer, I just want it to be lighter. So this was my experience working with summertime. Very lovely, but yeah, a bit on the expensive side, especially on ice yarns. And now we have this one. This one was a little bit disappointing. This is natural cotton, and it's, to me, this is like traditional regular cotton yarn that you can kind of find on any website, and the problem with it is like the splitting. It has, for me, it had like really noticeable splitting. I started with a number 4 hook. I wouldn't use the number 4 because it just made it even harder. When I switched to the number 5, it was much better. The yarn itself feels beautiful. Also, the fabric feels lovely, especially with the number 5. I think it'll have a nice shape and kind of a nice drape to it. So I have 4 skeins of this, and I think what I will do is maybe make something for my 5-year-old, maybe like a summer dress or something like this. The color is gorgeous. I would totally wear this color. I mean, I love wearing pink, and I love everything with pink. So this particular color is just beautiful. It's like this really nice, kind of a warm pink. This is more of like a cool pink, which I also love, but this is just beautiful. And I don't know, with 4 skeins, how much is there? This is 180 meters. So times 4, it'll be around, what, like less, like 700 meters. Yeah, I could probably do like a shirt for myself, like a cute top. Might do that. Yeah, I would, like, because I have this, I would make something with this totally. I think it's a great cotton yarn. It's just that, you know, when I have options like this where I don't have to deal with the splitting, I'm not sure I want to deal with that. Or even like the mixture fibers that are just easier to work with. But if you do want 100% cotton and you're aware of the splitting, I think really using a nice smooth like metal hook like the Clover, and maybe going a size, you know, not that you're working with like super tight stitches, it will make your life easier. And I mean, you can see it looks lovely. You can get a nice definition of stitches. It feels beautiful. So it's just, you know, it is what it is, and you have to just figure out if it works for you. I think the price of this is also, if memory serves, is incredibly competitive and a great price. The color range is beautiful. So there are a lot of good things to say about this. Yeah, I hope that helps you and not confuses you more. Let's move on to Lorena. Now this one I'm excited about because it has beautiful colors, and what it makes me even more excited is that there are all kinds of like colorful options for this yarn. So I really would love to kind of have this as a staple go-to. This is marked as a number 2. It's quite, I would say it's quite thick. I mean, summertime is like a number 3, and look at these. I don't know. I think, you know, this to me is like a number 2, and this is like much thicker. So I'm happy because I can pretend that I'm using finer yarns, but actually have the experience of working with thicker yarn. So I'm using a number 5 hook. I think that'll work really well. I think they could also call this a number 3 yarn and nobody would blink an eye. I mean, if this is a number 2, okay, let's just accept the fact that ice yarns are a bit weird with their weights sometimes. Or, you know, maybe 2 weight is a very fluid definition. Okay, I'm already loving this. It doesn't split. Yeah, I'm loving this. So I have a bunch of these in my cart, including I think 2 of the colorful. I think it's called Lorena Print or Lorena Color, something like this. They have nice options. I'm very particular when it comes to color. Very particular. And this doesn't mean that I only like pink. I don't mean that. I mean, I'm very particular with, I like a lot of colors, but it has to be a specific shade of said color. So for example, yellow, I really don't like lemon yellows, but I love warm, you know, kind of sunshine yellow. And then with purple, I have particularly strong opinions. So, like, I don't like any dark purples, and I don't. Yeah, actually, with the light purples, I'm okay. Also with more bluish purples, but where I live, where my heart lives, are the violets. Those are my jam. And then oranges, I don't like most oranges. But then corals, like salmon, which you could also claim is an orange, those colors I love, 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 love. So I have a lot of strong opinions, and if you watch my watercolor channel, you can see a lot of my like artwork and a lot of my paintings and a lot of talk about color. So yeah, but I feel that's good. I feel the more you have kind of a sense of your own color sense and color palettes, it's just, I think it'll make your life happier because you can surround yourself with colors that you like. Okay, I am loving this, and this is going to be a go-to yarn for me. I have tried in my previous videos, I'm just trying to think, as I'm like crocheting all of these, I'm trying to think also what I already have in my collection when it comes to like cotton yarns or like summer yarns. I have Alara from Ice Yarns, and I think if I'm not too lazy, I'll go and grab a skein. And I also have pure cotton, which is very similar to the natural cotton, and I didn't love them. Like the pure cotton is just like what I would call, regular cotton yarn, similar to this one. And, the colors are beautiful. I think the quality is lovely. It's just the process is not as nice for me personally as some of these other yarns. I mean, this one, the Lorena, is just joy, joy, joy. So this is 50% acrylic. So if you want cotton, go with cotton. But this has 50% cotton and then 50% acrylic. I don't mind that as long, as it feels nice. And this does. It has like that softness, but to me it doesn't feel plasticky. I mean, this one definitely has, as much as I'm excited about the colors, you can see what I'm wearing today. I love neon pink. Shocker. This one definitely looks plasticky to me. I mean, it's not like a deal breaker. I think I would still kind of wear it. I'm pretty sure what I'm wearing now, that looks pretty synthetic to me. So I think a lot of it has to do with the pattern. But yeah, this one definitely looks plasticky, and this one doesn't. It also probably might have something to do with the color. I mean, this to me is like a very beautiful, I laugh every time Krista from The Secret Yarnery, she says mature. She also likes, kind of rainbow colors like I do. But I think this to me is like a really mature color, and I actually love wearing these kind of like muted pinks and peaches. So yeah, I mean, here for me, even though this is like half synthetic, it doesn't look any less nice as the 100% cotton yarns, in my opinion. So yeah, I feel I love this. I love, love, love it. And when I place another order, I really have to use up some of my yarn because my husband is giving me the evil eye. No, he never says anything, but I think he notices every time he comes into my studio, where also my yarn lives, that it seems to multiply my yarn. So yeah. Okay, Lorena gets all the love from me. I absolutely love it. It feels beautiful. It really feels lovely. Natural cotton also feels nice. I can't fault it for that. It feels really nice. But yeah, this one is lovely. You do get like a different look, right? I mean, this looks, I think because of all those little fibers, it looks kind of more natural looking, or like a natural fiber. And then this one, it is, I don't know how they make this, but it just looks a bit, you know, just like different. But I prefer working with this. So for me, I have to put together my decisions when it comes to making something and buying the yarn for it is a combination of the final result, so how it looks, but also the process. And if, like these two to me, if I feel they are kind of comparable for me, just with my personal preferences with the way that they look, then I would go with something that just feels so much easier and nicer to work with. So Lorena, 2 thumbs up. 100 grams will give you 280 meters. So yeah, I love this color. This is, I think, light pink it's called or something. And it's more of like a peachy color. Beautiful. Let's frog it, although I can't imagine there are any problems. Nah. Beautiful, lovely to work with, super easy. I would say this is, if you're a beginner and you want to do something with, they say this is a size 2, like a 2 weight yarn. I don't know, I guess it depends on the pattern and, you know, your gauge. You always have to check your gauge, but I would definitely recommend this for beginners. This is a fuss-free experience and beautiful colors, great price. And yeah, check out the colorful ones, but don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, next up I'm moving to this one, which scares the bejesus out of me. This is Giza cotton. I guess I'll have to bring my 4 yarn hook. Yeah, I don't know. I guess when I look at it, I see kind of a very light, delicate tank top. Like that's something I could imagine. I love the color. The color is beautiful, but I don't know if I want to work with this. This is like super, super fine, but also, you know, kind of very round. I feel like the result will be very naughty. Not naughty bad, but naughty from knots, K-N-O-T, knot. So I don't know how I feel about this. You know, if you have more experience with like working with these kind of weights and, you know, just mercerized cotton. I know Franny, if you're watching, hi again. Seem to give you a shout out. I saw Franny did something with mercerized. If you haven't checked her channel, Franny's Squares, go check it out. It's fantastic. She did like a bag. So I guess I could do a bag. I don't know. I'll tell you what my problem is with this particular thing. I am a million skeins of yarn, 100 tubes of paint, 1,000 pens kind of gal, and 1 bag, 1 watch kind of person. So there are things that I don't mind or that I find myself having multiples and multiples of. And then there are things where I'm just like, I just want the one and I can't be bothered with having more. I think that's what saves me from being like a complete hoarder and, you know, just having huge amounts of everything. So I don't know if, you know, how excited I feel about like making a bag, just because I have a bag and I don't need more. So I know it's not a need thing, but I don't want more. So I don't know, I guess like a lacy shawl. I don't really wear lacy shawls. Yeah, I think it's going to be like a tank top, something very, very minimal, because this is really fine for me. And I don't know if I want to deal with this. It feels nice to work with it. It doesn't split at all. It's quite yeah, you know, it's like a dry fiber. It's quite tight and round, like embroidery floss, but not the super soft ones. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. It has also a sheen to it. What I played around in my mind was to actually combine this, like rows of this, with a different fiber, like the Katia Pluma that I showed here a few times, which is like a very, very kind of fluffy yarn. So I thought maybe combine it with something like that, that contrast of textures and, you know, just, I mean, this one is like shiny and tight and the other one is like very fluffy. So I thought that might be interesting. Or I could use this together with mohair-like thread. I don't use any animal fibers, so you know, something synthetic, but I do have some of these like super fine yarn, so maybe combining this with 1 or 2 threads of those, maybe that would work. My reasoning not to do that is that the mohair-like fibers that I have are completely synthetic and this one is cotton. So, I mean, I guess I could combine them. I don't know. I kind of assume that everything that I make from like nice yarns, I'll have to hand wash or, you know, do like a really gentle cycle in the machine. I don't hand wash anything. I don't have any like fancy clothes or any delicate stuff or anything like that. If it can't survive the regular wash, then it's kind of doomed. And I don't have any, I just don't buy expensive clothes. I invest more in my art supplies and now yarn collection. So yeah, that's just me. Yeah, this actually, I mean, it's, yeah, I'm not enjoying working with this, okay? I think if I find a nice, how much, I have to check, like, how much do I actually have of this? So I have 1 pack of this. I think it comes in 6 skeins set, so 300 grams. 50 grams will give me 125. So times 6, that's more. Okay, so like 700 grams. Yeah, I think that should be enough for like a tank top, something really delicate with probably like really strappy straps, you know what I mean? Like really slinky straps. But yeah, you know, it looks beautiful. So this is, I think this is kind of fancy, you know, the Giza cotton, so Egyptian, right? Giza. I'll have to check myself. And I'm from the Middle East. I should know these things. But yeah, so this looks really lovely. The color is gorgeous, and I think they have really, really lovely colors, but I love this color. I would definitely wear a tank top with this color. And I have that weird other yarn that I showed you here. Let's not be super lazy. So this is the Katia Pluma, and it's kind of funny because pluma in Hebrew is like, you know, like fuzz, I guess I would translate it. And I guess it's also maybe the Hebrew word comes from Spanish. I don't know. But this is called pluma, I guess. Pluma is the Hebrew pronunciation. And I mean, you can see the color is a little bit more muted, kind of a little bit more greenish. I have a thing with color. And then this one is this weird, super expensive yarn that I bought online from a shop in Austria. So this is called Suave, I think, by Pasquale. And this is Italian. And I mean, look at these. So I wish I knew how to combine these fibers, but I guess I could just do swatches and figure out the stitch count. So then maybe I could alternate rows, like make a tank top that alternate rows. These are all cotton, amazingly, 100% cotton. I'm getting so excited just like looking at this. I mean, this one is a little bit brighter, I guess, but so pretty, so pretty. Okay, so if you have any good ideas, please let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it. And yes, okay, so this was not as scary as I thought, and it was actually easy to work with and possibly enjoyable. I don't know how I would feel, you know, if I had to make like a whole thing out of it, just because I'm so impatient. But yeah, it seems beautiful. Like the quality seems beautiful. So if this is like the kind of, if you like working with mercerized cotton and you want something more high-end, like more luxurious, then I think you would enjoy this. Yeah. Okay, no bad things to say, actually. Pleasantly surprised. This is why it's so important to try everything before you make, you know, swift judgment. So that means the last one is this one. And I have to tell you, after working with all these beautiful, mostly cotton or like mixed cotton yarns, I am a little bit of a snob. But I am also very much influenced by color. And so I will forgive Puzzle Baby for being so synthetic looking if the experience and result will, you know, salvage this. So this is giganormous. This is a 200 gram skein. Wait, I'm getting in trouble here. And yeah, the colors are really fun. I think people love this for baby blankets and stuff. I don't know. I don't think I would make baby garments with this, but maybe I'll change my mind, like, because I want to make stuff for myself to wear. But I don't know. I don't think I would put... I'll tell you what. I just think there's something... I don't know. Okay. I'm not sure, like, that I can form my opinions, but I have a feeling like if you make baby clothes out of it, it'll look very plasticky. But then if you make something that is just more like, you know, oversized, kind of like, well, you can't see the sweater that I'm wearing, but it's just like off the shoulder, kind of oversized type of thing. So, you know, I think then you might not really see the fabric, but I feel like with baby stuff, you know, you really see, because it's like small. First of all, you want it to feel nice because it's for a baby. You want the baby to feel good in it. But, okay, this is very easy to work with. And I know they say it's a number 2, but it's a thick number 2. So you could definitely consider this like to be a number 3. And yeah, very easy to work with. It doesn't really split, but I'm such a fickle person. I mean, I've been doing cotton samples for like an hour, and now I'm like, give me all the nice cottons and take this plastic away from me. And I don't, and I'm just joking because I love acrylic yarns. I think they're great. And they come in these great colors. They're hypoallergenic. You can wash them. So I use a lot of acrylic, especially like for stuff like blankets and stuff. I don't know. I have 2 small kids. Now I have 2 cats. I don't want to like invest, you know, like a lot of money in something that might very well get ruined pretty fast. So yeah, anyway, Puzzle Baby. Yeah, super easy to work with. I mean, like, it's a little bit, kind of has a more airy feel than what I would consider like a regular acrylic yarn, 100% acrylic yarn experience. So I think it'll actually, you know, if you like the colors like me, you're like really, you're like a raven, but instead of sparkle, I also like sparkle, but instead of sparkle, you're like, give me the pretty neons, or I think they have also like pastel colors. I think this would be really fun for garments, but I also feel it really has to be the right kind of pattern to be able to look beyond the plasticky experience. So maybe I've seen on Krista from the Secret Yarnery, she showed, like, she did like some sort of blanket with this yarn, and I think it was a very kind of textured stitch. So I think that could be fun, especially because this is like such a light yarn. I think, you know, you could do a really textured stitch, and still the blanket will be like nice and light. So definitely something to consider. And the number 5 hook is just, you know, it slides, glides, super, super easy. Wait. Okay, there is some potential for splitting because these are 2 threads kind of loosely wound together. But I think it's very, very minimal, especially if you use like a larger hook. I don't think you'll have any issues. Very, very easy to work with. Yeah, I think this is the kind of yarn that you should kind of experiment with stitches, because as it is, I mean, look, I love the colors. It feels nice and soft. It looks a bit cheap, like, to me. I'm just gonna say it, with all my love for these colors. And yeah, there's something about it that kind of looks a bit cheap. That's my impression, those are my opinions, and I might very well make my most beloved light sweater, oversized sweater, using this. So I'm not like ruling it out, but that's how I feel about it. So I don't mean to like turn anyone off. I see a lot of advantages in this besides the gorgeous colors. But yeah, I wouldn't say this is, you know, this is not luxurious in any way, shape, or form. It's just fun, right? Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I hope this gave you kind of an idea of how these yarns look and what I think they would work well for. And I'll see you soon in another video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment, and of course subscribe. I would love to have you here. Take care. Bye-bye.